Happy Saturday, everybody. It's June 6th. I cannot believe it's June. Before we know it, we're going to be putting up the Christmas tree and Christmas shopping. Oh my God, I love Christmas, but it's the whole thing. It's so stressful. Anyway, even more stressful for the family. Darlene and Carly and her dad, they gave their DNA. This is a recap of the Bahamas Lynette Hooker case, the investigation into the disappearance of Lynette Hooker. Sorry, I was just kind of diving right in. It has escalated into a suspected murder investigation, even though her remains were not found. The U.S. Coast Guard and many volunteers and Bahamians and everybody, friends and family, except for Brian, have been out searching. The U.S. Coast Guard had to leave and kind of finalize their trip, but they did uncover a lot of things. In this 10-minute podcast, I am going to list the things that they uncovered and list the things that they have not uncovered. I listened to all the YouTubers, and I'm not a big YouTuber. No one comes on my live, but it frustrates me because they're not talking about the right information. Ashley Banfield has this down, but like my other friends, that I watch that are, really into the Nancy Guthrie case, it's just like a quick read to kind of brush up, or watch my videos. You can learn a lot. How about that? Like and subscribe, right? I don't know how to get them to like and subscribe. I guess I'm gonna go to Crime Con next year in Orlando, and I will be going. And Ashley Banfield, you will be my friend, and Megan Kelly, she probably won't be at Crime Con, but Karen and Chris, JLR, if you're allowed in. I Nancy Grace, absolutely love her because she's just a viper. It's sort of how I am, but I'm like new to this, so I gotta be nice. I'm kidding. All right, let's circle back. What has been happening? All right, I'm going to tell you right now. I am very disappointed. I know that Carly and Darlene and Carly's dad must be devastated that they haven't found her remains. They gave their DNA. The U.S. Coast Guard was granted permission to go into the Bahamas to do additional searching, and I'm not even like there searching, but trust me, if I could, I'm starting a new thing on Monday, and I'm doing this, so we'll see how this goes. But the Bahamians, the volunteers, they have been amazing. Everybody, Lynette's friends, family, YouTubers, the news stations, which I gotta be honest, guys, you guys are like a few days behind. My sister in New York is like, oh my God, like they're, this. I'm like, Kim, I've been talking about this for like 2 months. That's why people have to get more engaged with YouTube. I mean, if you are watching the right channels, I am giving the information that is being reported to other investigators, news reporters. I'm not making this stuff up. This is stuff that is also being shared with Ashley Banfield or other investigators, or I get my information from some of my leads, or Fox, CNN, NBC, but they're behind. Like, it's more the YouTubers and really honing in on the people that are boots on the ground in the Bahamas. And if you watch the videos, it's just unbelievable, like what they're doing. They're sticking their heads into old, I think it's a broken down ship. They're sticking their head in there to see if there's any remains like lodged underneath. I don't know what they found on their search, but apparently it's enough to prosecute, or to try and prosecute. He's innocent until proven guilty. No charges have been filed that I'm aware of at this point. But from watching, I watch Police on the Cuff, and I have to say I really like him. Not my personality, but he's very informative. And, he's been in, I think he was in New York and Chicago, or, a detective, and Maureen O'Connell, retired FBI. I'm a almost retired nurse. I'm still working, but in, business development. So I respect professionals and their experience and the credence that it gives, the leverage that it gives to a story or the background or what can really happen. And it's amazing because like I never really did this before. And once you start diving into, investigations, journalism, oh my God, there is so much misinformation being just passed around. I'm like, oh my God, this guy got like 20K views and he's not even saying the right thing. And they're watching the AI robots, which are just, I don't know what they're doing. But listen, if you want the real information, you can ask Ashley Manfield. You can ask me. My email is, on my page. Going back, the reason why they are doing this search and like diving deeper, well, the Bahamians, I believe, wanted to, but they probably didn't have the manpower, or maybe they didn't have enough information at that point because they didn't have the GPS data. So what happened was when Brian said he would stay in the Bahamas forever looking for his wife, after she flew off the 8-foot dinghy, mind you, this woman has been on a sailboat before she could walk. She is, according to Carly and her mother Darlene and the family, she is an avid swimmer, athlete. She was so fit, so in shape, a pleasure to be around. Not a narcissist, not a liar, not a bullshitter. She was like the real deal. And this narcissist, jealous, conniving, manipulative, thief, fraudster. Sorry, Brian. I see right through you. I know people like you. And you're just so caught up in your lies that now you're just like clammed up and you're silent. You should have just been silent from the start. I guess you didn't watch anything on Nancy Guthrie because I don't know what you did, but you got caught with AT&T. And now, I don't know if it's your phone or your watch or both, but that GPS tracking information does not match a single story that you've told to Carly, Darlene, or your friends in the Bahamas, or the police when you first, got picked up and you were stranded on Marsh Island. Nothing matches. And I get it, shock can make you confused. But at some point you're saying she swam to the shore, at some point you're saying she swam to Soulmate. Meanwhile, your GPS data shows you on your dinghy circling. So like you were anchored probably, or doing something anchored. I don't know if you were back on Soulmate. A lot of people saying, oh, back on the boat. And the boat and the dinghy are two different things. So that's like driving me crazy. Because people are like, oh, we got back on his boat and he was driving around. We don't know that because the AIS, which is the tracking system for the sailboat, was shut off. So everything that could be shut off or avoided, happened. But he, I guess, wasn't thinking about his watch, which is a navigation watch, which works, I think, better than a cell phone at this point. It's creating maps and depths and, waves and coasts, wind and currents and tides. And there is speculation or stories going around that when he did land on Marsh Harbor and he was walking to Salvation, he had like a tablet in his hand and he kept looking back and he was walking slow and he didn't look like someone who was really alarmed. So what, oh goodness gracious, I wanted to get to what they found and didn't find. Let me just, okay, confiscated items from the Soulmate. You had, AIS, electronic tracking system, was shut off. You had the GPS loggers that still logged the Soulmate. Cell phones and watches, the Pink Apple watch, another watch of Brian's, multiple boxes of gear. Agents were filmed carrying out plastic bins of electronics and so forth. What was missing? The weight belt, an anchor, an ignition key, some other stuff.